I used to make between $50,000 and $80,000 a month doing car rentals in Miami, and I stopped. Here is part 4. In part 1, I told you guys ultimately the reason I stopped was because of the clients. Now, in this story, you're going to see the type of clients we had to deal with on a consistent basis. Now, this is the layout of my warehouse. Don't mind these people. This screenshot is just from a video because I ended up suing this guy because he rented out a car and then charged it back. So I needed that as evidence that he actually did rent out the car. But this has nothing to do with him. I just wanted to give you guys the layout of the warehouse. So boom, here I am behind this desk right here, right? And a client comes. Right where you see this car parked right there, they park the same place. A client comes. At this point, all of my employees is there at the warehouse. They're all witnessing this. A client comes to us, tries to rent out a car. He goes through the whole process. Now it's time for us to get his license and, do everything. He's like, oh, I don't have a license. So we're like, you don't have a license? If you don't have a license, you can't rent a car. Then he throws a fit. He's like, all right, bro. He go get his license. He comes back with the license that isn't his. I'm not joking. He comes back with a license that isn't his. It's a random person on this license. He's like, all right, bro, just use this. We like, what? We say no. No. Then he leaves again. Goes to the car. Remember I told you he parked right here. Goes to the car. Pulls the girl out the car. And then says, all right, but she has a license. Just put it under her name. We say no because we know the car isn't for her. It's for you. Right after that happened, the man went completely berserk. He looked at me and said, yo, I should up file on this kid right now. He going crazy. He said, yo, I should bag this jit, bruh. I looked at my employee. I said, yo, call the police. And after a whole bunch of commotion, he ended up leaving. Now, mind you, one of my employees know this kid. I guess they went to school or wherever the case may be. And my employee looked at me. He said, yo, that kid is not all the way there. I want you to know he was actually serious. He got a few bodies on his belt. I said, you cannot be serious. This kid was going to try to unalive me because I didn't want to rent him a car? And yeah, he had his gun on him. Me and my employees have been threatened more times than I can count with both hands. And that's the type of people we was dealing with.